Hey guys, it's John. I've been planning to do a series of videos on DeviantArt. Some people asked me to make a work in progress video of Godzilla or Baragon, and so I'm going to try to do one of Baragon today. As many of you know, Baragon is Legrandzilla's favorite kaiju, and this model here is a West Kenji vinyl kit. I got it already built by my friend John Pettick, and he had it on a base. Looked like this, and I decided, that I wanted to do something special with it, and so I am going to, after I finish building this, I'm going to make a base for him. I'll use this this material here. This is a 1-inch insulation foam. I might use a thicker piece or maybe double up some pieces, but the idea I want to do is the Arc in Paris, Arc de Triomphe, or however you say it. In the movie Destroy All Monsters, they said, the announcer in the background of this scene showed a monster coming up out underneath this Arc in Paris. And the announcer was saying, "Oh, it's Baragon. He's coming out of he's attacking Paris." And because of the condition of the Baragon suit, they never really used it. I think they just used stock footage for Baragon's part in the whole movie, but it was not in good enough condition, so they used Gorosaurus, and it always bothered me. And so, this is what it looked like. I really thought it was great when Matt Frank was doing a Godzilla comic. He had that scene recreated, but he actually had Baragon coming out of the Ark. And so that's what I wanted to do with this, is make a diorama where Baragon's coming. Had already come maybe out of it, and I was trying to think of how I'd make the Ark. I got on Amazon and I found a metal sculpture of the Ark, and it said it was 8 inches tall. Well, it turns out 8 centimeters, which is quite a bit smaller, so I'm not going to be able to use that. But I did look online and found a paper sculpture where I think I can make work for this. And I'm going to build it, and then I'm going to have it partially destroyed, and Baragon will be coming out of that rubble. So this is what I have so far of Baragon, and I've been doing some dry brushing on it just recently. I've tried to model the colors kind of after the GMK movie, and so what I did was I got some Goof Off, which is a paint and super glue remover, and I took the lower jaw off, and I took it off the base that it was on. It was glued onto. He doesn't have any weight or anything in his feet, which I usually like to do to help him stand up, so he doesn't stand up well by himself unless you put him on something that's got a little bit of a hump that he can kind of go up towards. And so anyway, I've been working on the painting of it, and I wanted to show you a little bit of what I have done and how I do it. What I did after I got the jaw off is I repainted the teeth and mouth, because it's really hard to get to them if you don't take the jaw off. And after I got that to my satisfaction, I painted it with acrylics. Then I went over it with oils, and then I used Fuchsia floor wax for the gloss in the mouth to make it look wet. And I've been working on the horn separately. I just put it on the end of a toothbrush. It's got a little hole in it, and I've been trying to blend the colors. I have a yellow at the top. The orange is an acrylic orange. I've been using oils to blend the yellow down, and I use blue and some browns, and some red, kind of making a really dark purple. And anyway, I blend that on there, and this is just easy to work with because I want to be able to put this on. I'm not going to try to put that on and paint it very well while it's in his nose there. So I'll put that here. Once the painting is done, or different stages of the painting is done, I use this Tester's dull coat to spray it, and I usually let that dry while I'm at work or overnight or something. This is my palette of paint that I've been using to blend different colors. When I get to this stage, I use oil paints. These are Winton oil paints. This is a yellow I use. I also use here's a Cadian deep red hue. It's kind of a used up one. I'm going to have to get a new one of those. And I like to use, rather than just white, sometimes I use white, but this is a kind of an off-white, a dirty white. A little bit of brown in it or something. But I only have like 5 different colors in there of oil paints, and I've been able to use those for most anything I want to paint a kaiju. So anyway, the way John had painted it, he was a little bit more yellowish tan in here, and I'm kind of making a little more pinkish, and blending in a little bit more with the rest of the skin. I've left some of the hues he had of red because I liked how he had it nice and kind of colorful. Like I said, I changed the color of the claws and the horn and stuff a little bit to be more like the GMK movie. He had a little bit more of a natural bone color. But what I do is I'll take a brush like this. This is a pretty bad shaped brush. It's been seen better days, and I will take on the warts and things. I'll touch them with a little bit of a lighter color, and then I'll take a brush like this flat brush, and I'll just kind of blend it into what I'm working on. And that's basically what I did. Now you can see it like on the tips of these ridges, and if you look at for instance here on these ridges, and some of the warty looking things, I just wanted them to stand out just a little bit. Look at the leg there. Just want them to stand up a little bit. Now before I get into the putting on those details, what I'll do is I'll take like purple, well basically making a very dark blue and a red together, making a really dark purple, and then I'll go into the shadows of the crevices and things, and you can see inside the hand there, all those crevices. I took a small brush, a little bit smaller than this, and I just went inside those crevices with that color and just worked them in there. And all those dark areas that you see, I use that dark color or a similar color. I went a little bit lighter. I'd add a little bit of a lighter brown to areas where it got closer into midtones. Then when I wanted to put in the highlights again, I changed color around, and after all that was dried, I dull coated it. Then I went ahead and dry brushed on using a little bit flatter brush like this. I dry brushed on those areas, and then I would smooth them out with this, and maybe even take a big brush like this and just smooth it out. I do painting on a model like this. You can see when I was working with the yellow, I just get the yellow on my brush, and I would just take most of the paint off and put it right on the paper, and then I would go and touch up the areas I wanted to add yellow to on the edges, get a little bit of that color on there, and then I'd smooth it out with a brush like this, and just just smooth it out until it was how I wanted it to be. And again, when I wanted to do highlights like here, I put a little bit of paint on there, blend it out. These little spots here, I wanted to make them stick out a little bit more. So you get a lot of variety when you do the blending, and you do washes and dry brushing and all these different things. You end up getting a lot of variety in tones, and that's what you want. This guy needs a little bit more on there, but it gives you that idea. Gives you the idea of what it takes to paint this. This has got a little ways to go. I'll just keep working on it. I got more work to do on the bottom of the tail, a little bit more highlighting, maybe a wash underneath there to let something go into the cracks a little bit more. Maybe on those cracks there, I'll try to make them a little more subtle, standing out a little bit too much. A little more red maybe under the neck, like he's got a bit of a dewlap that's more colorful. Cute guy, huh? Yeah. But I'm coming along on this model, and it's getting there. And when I get all done, I'll be showing you how it came out, and especially when it's in a diorama, we'll look at that. But here's a Baragon I bought a couple of years ago. It's a chibi, and it's the same version of Baragon. I really like this. I used this as my icon on DeviantArt for a while, but this guy only took me a few days really to build and paint. And this guy isn't taking too long because he was already built when I got him. I'm just repainting him. Here's some other kits I have coming up. This is a Baragon, 1965 Baragon. And here's another GMK Baragon. This is a resin kit, the 2001 Baragon. And I really like the pose of this, and this is a really cool looking sculpt. It's really good detail in it. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. I hope to show you more Baragon and Godzilla projects coming up, and thanks for watching. Bye.